I see. I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. Oh wait, let's see. Can I turn this around? Yes, I can. There's my view, by the way. Yeah, okay. So we are doing something slightly different, which involves clearing my throat first. But yeah, we are outside. In fact, let me change the background. So I'm not sure if you noticed this about me from the everything, but I like to figure this out as I go. And the reason for that is because I feel like so many times we try to plan out everything and we have this imaginary idea that we can plan everything. And if we plan things enough, nothing will go wrong. And the funny thing about that is that's just never true, right? Like that's just, we can plan things and still things will go wrong. But if we are able to practice in the day, in our daily activities, where it's low stakes, not high stakes, if we're able to practice a little improvisation, and if we're able to practice things going sideways and practice responding to those, to me, it's best to practice that in like low stress settings where, um, let's say that, well, exactly as happened, right? I realized that the sun was completely in my eyes and I was going to be wearing sunglasses in about 2 seconds. And so I moved my chair. The idea that improvising, like improv, could improve regular responses, not just responses of, on a stage or in an acting scenario, but like whenever anything goes wrong, you can take a more adaptive response. Good morning, Brian. I see you. I'm always so glad to see you. Anyway, so this morning I am leading this meditation and I was getting ready and I was like, you know what? I know why I am, and that's what I'm going to share, but perhaps it's not clear why I'm choosing the medium of Instagram Live to do meditations, because the it just doesn't lend itself very well to it in many senses. And the, algorithm doesn't, fancy long videos. So even if I do a live and I post it later, those don't necessarily get a lot of views. This is not a commercial or optimization enterprise. This is a two things. One, it is a gift from me to me in practicing the willingness to be out there and to do things that are scary and intimidating for me. That's something that I need to build the skill of. And to me, knowing that there's not going to be like a huge thing that happens, I can I can kind of take the power out of the fear of doing things that I'm not prepared for or that expose me in some way, like going live, right? And why not just go live and chat? Well, that's the gift to you, because the gift that I have received in my whole life, I mentioned on Monday that meditation and mindfulness, being aware of the constant like running of my thoughts, the list in my head that periodically falls off its wheel, being able to be more aware of that and respond in a different way is okay. Let's see. Are we doing it? Okay, it appears that I am back online. I don't know where I dropped off. This is why I do this, literally. This is why it's so interesting and fun and important to me to do this. So anyway, it is Wednesday. It is September 10th. Amazing. And I am back at home in Reno, Nevada. And this is the morning meditation. And I was just in the process of explaining why I do this on this awkward, not ideal medium for meditation. And the first reason is because I want to practice having things go sideways and responding to them in the way that I want to respond in other parts of my life when they go sideways, right? I mean, so my connection dropped. And so I had to change to my other Wi-Fi, which, yes, the two Wi-Fis that I have are Skynet and FBI unit. And the second reason is because I really want to share this with you. And if I can, create an opening in your world for considering mindfulness and meditation. And then the third reason is because, well, now I don't remember the third reason. So, great. What was the third reason? I don't know. I can't remember. The train of thought has derailed. It's early. I have only had a quarter of a cup of coffee so far. Okay, so let's get into it. Today's meditation that I have planned is about consciousness. On the first day, we talked about the body, and we talked about how amazing it is that our senses are how we interact with the world and that bring the external world to our consciousness. And yesterday we talked about our brain's activity in that consciousness as a thing that defaults to a certain thinking pattern and how we can pay attention to that thinking pattern. And one of the thinking patterns that I think we, in general, default to, not just because of our society and culture, but I think there's something in humans inherently that loves to envision ourselves as fully independent creatures. And today, what I want to meditate on is consciousness, the individual consciousness, and then the greater collective consciousness. And I actually have a tattoo on my arm that is a Rumi quote, and it says, "Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion." And the reason that I have that tattooed on my arm, so I can see it all the time, no matter where I am and what I'm doing. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. My personal belief is that we are each drops of consciousness in an illusion that we are not water. And that as we gain enlightenment, as we gain awareness, we become more aware of our participation in and wholeness with the entire water ecosystem. I'm kind of using an analogy, although I have no idea. I really don't know if water is conscious or if it's our consciousness. All of these things are mysterious to us and part of the mystery of life. So today, for this, what we're going to do is we're going to take a few deep breaths. I will lead us in this, and then we will go through a guided meditation on consciousness. Okay? So first off, we're going to just kind of recenter ourselves. You can keep your eyes open or you can close them if you want, whatever feels right for you. And you can, if you have things to do, you can interrupt them at any time. If you have things to do and you want to listen to this in the background and just ponder it, you can do this. This is for you. There is no right or wrong way. Okay? So, just take a breath. Become aware of where you are. Are you still in bed? Are you up? You don't have to answer. Just be aware. Are you sitting? Are you laying down? What is the state of your physical presence in this world? Do you have pain? Do you feel good? What thoughts, what emotions is your brain making right now? Thinking about the day, thinking about things that happened yesterday, getting geared up, thinking about sounds that you hear around your house, making meaning out of the sounds that you hear around you, smelling things, the scent of coffee, the scent of breakfast, the scent of the outdoors, just being aware of you, where you are, your consciousness, perceiving the world through this body, through this collection of water and cells and meat and minerals, all working together. Well, usually. All working in the service of you being here, your consciousness. And what is your consciousness? Who are you? You're not your name. That's just a handy nickname that people call you. You were maybe given at birth. Maybe you chose it. You're not what you do, because that isn't necessarily unique to you. You aren't who you are in a family member or in a family relationship. You aren't defined by any of your hobbies. You aren't this body. So who are you? What is your consciousness? What is the unique perspective that you bring to the world? It's not just your upbringing. There's something there that is different from all of those things. And many people believe, including myself, that a person's consciousness, your consciousness, is the one who watches, the one who participates in all of these things. Not defined by those names or those titles, but the magic that animates the collection of meat and minerals. The body is transitory, but exactly a soul, consciousness. We are the ones who watch the world. Each of us is the one who experiences our world. And where is that from? Is it from another individual at a different time? Some people believe so. Is it from a divine channel that is, this person is going to have this life? Some people believe that. There are many different interpretations of what consciousness is. But in my meditations and in my studies, I have come to realize that we are a drop of the ocean, experiencing life as a drop, experiencing life as a different consciousness, having our experiences, being formed by our experiences, being shaped by all the experiences that our little drop of consciousness goes through. And then in moments of quiet, when you're just sitting outside, listening to the trees, listening to the birds, watching bees alight on petals, experiencing intense love for another creature, whether that's a person or a dog, or just wildlife that goes through your property, or a bird that flies by. In moments like that, we can feel ourselves as part of a bigger consciousness. We can feel the consciousness of the bee. We can feel the consciousness of the trees. We can feel the consciousness of the other creature that we feel extreme love for. We've all had the experience, well, I hope all of us have had the experience of being deeply connected to another creature, like a dog or a cat. There is a connection there that has been scientifically proven through studies, that even when you're in a different room, that creature can still sense your experience. And I believe that even though we may not be aware of it, we can sense that creature's experience because we are one. Because we share a consciousness in a way. And that however removed we are from it, because of, for example, in my case, 50 years of experiencing the world separately as an individual, 50 years of establishing that I am my own person, we may lose sight of the fact that we are connected on a consciousness level to other creatures. But in moments of quiet and in moments of stillness and in moments of peace, we become aware. Our heart's eyes open and we see the truth. And when we have a moment of feeling separate, of feeling opposite, of feeling other, maybe we're in conflict with somebody, or maybe we're working, collaborating with someone. We can take a breath and remember that we are one consciousness, one universal experience. This person is not against me. Marcus Aurelius said that just like teeth cannot be against each other, they can only work together by working against each other. I loved it. I love that. He didn't say that exactly, I'm paraphrasing, but it's all part of one. You cannot be harmed. You, your consciousness, you in reality. Your body might be harmed. Your status in life may be harmed by other people. I'm not going to lie, that does happen. But you, as an individual consciousness and as part of the collective consciousness, you cannot be harmed by the illusion that is the separateness of each of us. And just take a moment right now to hear the living creatures around you, the plants, not with your ears, but with your droplet of consciousness, feeling the connection to every other droplet of consciousness, being part of a bigger ocean of consciousness, bringing love, bringing your unique perspective, bringing your unique experience to the ocean of consciousness, to the fluid ecosystem of the universe in ecstatic motion. You are the universe in ecstatic motion, making joyful motions in the world, bringing exactly who is needed to every situation. The soul, the observer, the participant, the enthusiast, the thinker. What are you bringing? What is your consciousness bringing into the world as the universe in ecstatic motion? A tiny piece of the universe having a human experience. Wonderful. Now, as you go about your day today, while you are out driving, while you're out doing whatever you're doing, going to the grocery store, taking care of kids, going to work, doing all the things that you're doing today. Between things, or sometimes in the middle of things, just take a moment, just take a breath and breathe in and feel your connection to just one other thing. Feel a love of connection. Feel a moment of oneness, of the same consciousness. with one other thing or creature. Doesn't have to be a person. Can be a tree. Could be a pet. Could be a bird. Could be anything. Feel a moment of connection with something or someone that you perceive to be other, that you believe to be independent. Feel a moment of you are that tree. You are that bird. You are that beloved pet. Part of you is in them, and part of them is in you. And with that, thank you so much for joining me this morning for the 7 a.m. meditation. I hope you join me again tomorrow. I do not know what we're going to discuss yet. I try not to plan these too far in advance on account of that whole improvisation thing. I decided to try something out today, which is, oh, thank you so much for coming. I decided to try something out for today, which is pre-announcing what it's going to be about. And it worked out okay. I don't know what's going to do tomorrow. Part of this is just an experiment. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. You are part of the universe. You are a beloved, beloved part of the universe. And precious in every single aspect of what you do. Oh my God, I'm going to just share this one thing with you, which is I was late for a class. I was late for a class at Center for Spiritual Living, which is, it's not a traditional church. It's more like just what we talked about just now. And I came late. I was like 10 minutes late, and I was all apologies. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm so late. And Shira, the teacher, she said, oh, Danielle, you can't be late. You're right on time. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm actually literally late. And she said, your showing up when you did created exactly the dynamic experience that we each needed right now. Now, I'm not saying that we want to try to be late, but I am saying that gave me the grace of understanding that wherever I was, whatever I was doing, whatever I was bringing to that moment is exactly the right thing that moment needs. The who I am today is what is needed in that moment. So as you go through your day today, just remember that you're bringing you, your ecstatic droplet of the universe. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.